And the next category in the natural resources is on the basis of renewability. Here, the word renewability means renewing it, making it as a new thing. Then it is classified into two different categories: renewable resources and non renewable resources. The first heading, renewable resources. These resources can be replenished and reproduce itself easily. Here in this picture, I have given some examples: sunlight, ocean water, wind, etc. So, these are the some examples of renewable resources. It can be replenished or reproduced easily. For example, sunlight. We are not making it as a new one. Itself, it can be made as a new one. So, sunlight, even the quantity is reduced, they can be renewed or replenished by itself. The word replenished, the meaning for the word replenished is filling it. If the object or the substance quantity, if it is reduced, it can be refilled easily. That is called replenished. So renewable resources are those resources that can be replenished or reproduced easily. For example, sunlight, ocean water, wind, etc. So these are the resources that the quantity is generally is not affected by the human consumption. Even if we are consuming it, that resources quantity will not be reduced, and even if it is reduced, it can be refilled, replenished, or reproduced easily. So many of the renewable resources can get depleted in the sense reduced because of the improper use of that resources. But that can also be replenished over some time. Replenished in the sense it can also be refilled. For example, take agricultural crops. If we are using the crops for so many times, and if I want it as a new one, it takes a short time to replenish, to renew it. And for the next example, if I take water, and it comparatively it will take some more longer time and to renew it. And take for example forest, it takes even a longer period of time to replenish. So here in this picture, sunlight, forest, water, and ocean water, and wind. So these are the some examples of renewable resources that the quantity, even if it is reduced, it can be renewed or replenished or reproduced easily. And the next heading will be non-renewable resources, and they are formed over a very long geological period. So humans are not made, it is a natural resources, so it was made by itself. And the examples are minerals and fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, etc. So these minerals and fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, natural gas, they all include in this category non-renewable resources. Since their rate of formation is extremely slow, they cannot be replenished easily once they are depleted, once they are reduced. If the quantity of the petrol or the coal, if it is reduced, they cannot be renewed even within a short period. It takes so long, and the process of replenishing it is very slow. So hence this renewable resources get exhausted with overconsumption. So if I'm using the coal daily, we are using coal and petroleum and the natural gas in our day-to-day life, so that the need of that resources will be very high, and that resources will be getting exhausted here. It will get over with overconsumption. If we are consuming it with beyond the limit, then it gets exhausted. So this should be decreased. This should be reduced. Some of these can be reused, and while others cannot be reused. Some of the renewable resources can be reused, but the some other renewable resources, non-renewable resources, cannot be reused. For example, metals obtained from minerals can be reused by recycling them, but coal and petroleum cannot be replaced or cannot be reused. Okay. Now comes the next heading on the basis of development. This is also divided into two categories: potential resources and actual resources. First comes potential resources. These are the resources that exist or that are available only in a certain place, and they are not being fully utilized. Here I have given some example like solar power, and this is Mumbai High oil rig. It's an oil rig, and solar power, wind. So these are the examples of potential resources. They are not being fully utilized. For example, in the western Rajasthan, they have an enormous potential for the development of wind and solar power, but they have not been used, but they have not been fully developed. So, existing, but it is not used fully, it is not used completely. So, it will be an inexhaustible resources. Then comes actual resources, the resources which are actually in use, their quantity and quality determined and are being used in the present are called actual resources. The resources which we are using it at present, that is called actual resources. For example, we can take petrol or natural gas, and petrol and natural gas obtained from the Mumbai high oil field and from the Western Asia we are using at present and in our day to day life. The development of this resources depends upon the three factors, that is called technology, available, demand for that resources, and the cost. So these are the three actual reason for the actual resources development. The development of this resource depends only upon the technology available with us and demand for that resource. For example, petroleum, demand for petroleum, demand for coal, and the third one is the cost of that resources involved in the production. So these are the some factors that will be helpful for the development of that actual resources. So on the basis of development, we have two main headings: potential resources and actual resources. Potential resources which are not being used completely, it is in western Rajasthan, and actual resources, it is in Mumbai high fields and also in the Asia. Petroleum and natural gases, we are taking it. um, this was and this is utilized by the humans at present daily. And comes the next heading on the basis of distribution. Here is a new word you can see: ubiquitous resources. Ubiquitous means everywhere. Wherever we see, it is available. For example, sunlight, wherever we go, sunlight is there, wind we can have, and water. So these are the three main resources that is seen everywhere, that is available everywhere. So ubiquitous in the sense available everywhere. So these are the resources that can be found everywhere. For example, wind, sunlight, and water. And the next resources is localized resources. These are the resources that can be found in only in some part of the world, in certain part of the world. For example, coal, petroleum, iron ore, copper, and etc. So these are the some resources which we cannot have all over the world. It can be in some places only. It can be available in some part of the world only. And if you take copper, the place where you can see copper is, you can see in the Rajasthan, Chand, Jharkhand, etc. Coal, the main important places where we have a coal is Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Jharkhand, and iron ore we can find in Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra. The main place of copper for copper is Rajasthan, Jharkhand, you can say. So these are the some resources which are not available everywhere in the world. It is available only in certain part of the world. So that is called localized resources. With this, we have come to an end of the natural resources. So till now, so far we have seen only about natural resources. Natural resources is divided into different characters and different categories on the basis of origin, on the basis of renewability, on the basis of development, and on the basis of distribution. Now comes the next heading, human made resources. The word itself says the meaning. The resources or the substance or an object that made by human, that is made by human or changed by human from the nature, is called man-made resources. A natural resources that can be changed or reformed into a new resources, converted it into a new form from the original form, that is called human made resources. Human made resources are defined as those resources that becomes valuable after the changes attained by the human activities. Okay, it refers to material wealth created by human beings that can be used to create more wealth. Example, factories, roads, buildings, etc. Steel was not a resource until humans developed the know-how and the technology to make it from the iron ore. On the previous days, the people, they don't know about the steel we get from the iron ore, but this has happened only because of the human made resources. Human, they converted that natural resources, iron ore, into a new form as a steel for the human consumption. And technology itself is a human resources, because technology was invented and created and discovered by human only, so it is called a human made resources. Technology is a very good example for a human made resources. So till this, we will finish off the lesson. The next heading will be human resources and the conservation of all the resources, how to conserve all the resources. Okay, uh, home assignment. Now, so far we have seen so many categories under the natural resources. So please list out all the types of resources and please give example for each and everything with the picture. Okay, thank you.